What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to JJD TV. I'm your host, Josh, and we are back with today's 5 takeaways episode between the game of Arminia Bielefeld versus Borussia Dortmund. And obviously, I'm very happy. I'm very happy in general right now because we are on a roll of clean sheets as well as just some solid performances. But you guys have been looking at a couple of points that from my last takeaways where I've been very positive because I've loved the switch to the 4-2-3-1. I love the way that the defense is playing. I love the clean sheets, and I love the fact that we're getting the results. But there was a little negative part that I have to touch on. So the first takeaway of my 5 takeaways is going to be our first halves. And the reason that we're going to touch on it is because we haven't scored. We have been dominating games in possession. A lot of people are saying possession for possession's sake. That's not really how I feel about it, but it is kind of worrying that we haven't scored in the first half, only because in a game where we don't take those chances and somehow on the break or however the team may potentially score the first goal, I'm very scared to see how we'll be able to react to that. So, for example, obviously we've had a lot of the ball, a lot of pressure. We've been wearing them down, but say Arminia could have maybe snuck a goal on a counterattack, and now their whole system changed because they got the lead. Or some greater team that we end up playing could end up doing that as well. And it's just a little panicking to know that if we don't take one of those chances and get a lead, it could bite us in the butt down the line. Now, that's obviously stating the obvious, but it is a dangerous game because over time you kind of worry. Like the Zenit game took the 77th minute. This game was a little more comfortable at the start of the second half getting a goal, but it is still a little bit worrying to know that we have gone now 3 games without scoring in the first half. So I'll leave that for the kind of thumbs down-ish type takeaway, but that leads into my next takeaway. And my second takeaway is I'm assuming Fabre's tactics. And something that I noticed, and I was touching it on the watch along, was the fact that what I've been noticing these last 3 games since we switched to the 4-2-3-1 is that, we're dominating in possession. There's no denying that. And we've played, obviously, Schalke's not the greatest form, but Zenit's a strong team, and Arminia Bielefeld's a pretty well-structured team as well. And we've just obviously been just having so much of the ball, but we've been wearing down teams in the first half. That is exactly what I'm seeing right now. A lot of people are saying, well, we're not scoring in the first half. And it's like, yes, we're not, but we've gotten 3 clean sheets, we've scored 7 goals, and we've won all 3 games. On top of that, we have a load of talent coming off the bench. So anyone who's obviously played the game knows how hard it is to play without the ball and defend like that. And you got that much possession, and you dominate the game like that, and you run these opponent's legs into the ground on halftime. They come back out in the second half, and you just keep going at them. You just have that ball. They're going to wear down eventually. They're going to have a mental slip, and then we can put the ball in the back of the net. Didn't take very long in the second half for us to jump on that, and then bringing on the likes of Guerrero and Reina and Witsel, these types of players to help see out a game just makes it smooth sailing. And yes, sometimes it looks like we're missing that creative spark, but from 3 games now, they've all looked very, very consistent in the way that they're approached. It looks like we dominate possession, wear the teams down, and then do what we need to do to get the job done. And I'm very happy with it. Results speak volumes. We've had troubles with teams who've been promoted in the past few seasons, and that looked like a very comfortable game to me. Let me know if you guys agree, but that is kind of what I'm seeing. But it can, like I mentioned, lead back to the first takeaway where maybe we don't get that goal and we don't take one of those chances and it could bite us in the butt. But for now, I'm loving what I'm seeing. Which then leads into my third takeaway, which is Jadon Sancho. And we talked about the little bromance between Haaland and Sancho, and the fact that he got to take that penalty, get off the mark, get going. And I thought he played very well today. I thought that Haaland wasn't there. I'd be kind of curious to see where all that creativity could come. I thought Sancho looked very lively. He was trying things. He was creating things. He had a lot of space. And I was just very satisfied with his game, which is just, we should be expecting that from Sancho, but it's going to be very important with these upcoming games, especially keeping your eye on that Bayern trip that Sancho can be performing. And I just love what he did, and he kind of reminded me exactly of how he was playing last year, just having so much confidence in the ball. He had a few beautiful through balls today where he just drifts a little bit wide, takes some of the pressure, and just slides it in. I love the way he was playing today. Producer T said it as well, so we had to throw him in there. And with sticking with our couple English lads, we're going to slide over to our fourth takeaway, which is Jude Bellingham. And I thought he was sensational. I absolutely loved the way that Jude played today. I'm still sticking with the fact, though, that we want Dahoud and Delaney to start for that Bayern game. just because I've been loving what Dahoud's been doing. But it's every time I say something like that, this depth we have in our CDM area. We still have Chan as well as Witzel, who can break in as our CDM in this new 4-2-3-1. But Jude played sensational. He was by far my favorite player in the first half alongside Hummels. But he was just great. He was great on and off the ball. He had a lot of energy. He was the one who I was saying where we weren't being as direct. There was a couple of times where he just took the ball and said whatever and just whipped it in the box, see what happens. He almost picked out a Kanji. He was just very, very lively, and for the young 17-year-old to bounce back because he didn't have the greatest outings the last couple of games he's played, this was a solid one. This is to regain some of that energy, that confidence, and I loved what I saw. But with all those takeaways aside, there's one thing we need to focus on, and our fifth takeaway of the game was Mats Hummels. And there's a couple sides to this because A, he is playing sensational. No doubt about it. He is absolutely everything for us right now. He has scored 3 goals in the last 2 games. He beside Akanji have created 3 clean sheets. He's dominating. He's got a well-organized back line now. He's such an aerial presence. Someone in our watch-along said he should be false striker to come up when we need him. And as soon as he said that, he scored 2 goals. But we know that Hummels can come up. He's come up in the past, like when we're usually losing games. But either way, what he's doing in the back is just fantastic. And he's such an important, he brings so much energy. He's such a good player for us. And he went down after scoring 2 goals, after putting in a man-of-the-match performance ×5 with an injury. And I am terrified to see. I haven't been on social media too much right now. I took a little bit of look on Twitter. Someone said, a couple people were saying that he's going to miss the next few games. If he's missing for the Bayern game, I am going to be terrified. That's just, it's a shame. Now, we're playing the way we are, and we're getting these clean sheets. We're doing this, we're doing that, and everything's clicking. And then you take him out, he's our most important player on that team right now. And I don't know, I'm very nervous. I'm very anxious to see what's going to happen in that Bayern game now and if he's going to be able to start. And yeah, that completely ruined today's game if he has some type of long-term injury, which I'm desperately hoping he doesn't. But I mean, it was just such a good performance. I was very satisfied in taking these little tactics I saw out of the game and just the performance of Mats Hummels in itself. That outside of the foot ball when he walked up, he's like, all right, well, I can't play it out of the back anymore because I'm not playing in the 3, so I'm just going to take this ball up, do an outside of the foot cross, find Sancho's head. He's sensational, and if we lose him for this Bayern game, it could be painful to see. But I'm staying confident, I'm staying positive. I'm hoping that he can rest in the Champions League this week, and then we can get him back for the Bayern game. But we're going to know more information as it obviously comes along, and we will keep you updated with that as we get it. But I believe I've now predicted 3 games in a row. I predicted the Schalke game was going to be 3-0. I predicted the Zenit game was going to be 2-0, and the Bielefeld game was going to be 2-0. So I'm on a tear right now, I'm not going to lie. So I'm very happy that way, but I will be sitting on edge for next little bit while we find out what happened with Mats Hummels. But for all you guys who were obviously in the watch-along, it was awesome. It was a great watch-along. I love you guys' comments and support on the channel. It's been awesome. Gained a lot of new subscribers, which we really appreciate. We got some fun stuff coming up for you guys as well. So obviously subscribe if you're new around here. But with that comes the end of our 5 takeaways episode. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, if you hear anything about Mats Hummels, because I will be dying to know that. But until next time, guys, be sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and we will see you next time.